say that you struggle sometimes to select the controller you want just because it's buried in the geometry there. Would it be possible to have it available via some sort of list, on-screen list? Maestro had something like that, where it had on-screen, you could just select it even if it was
right.
seeing the geometry.
Well, I mean, you can always select your bone because it's just the bone.
So you could use flyouts if you wanted to go that way.
Right. So whatever you do to select bones, you can always use.
You were going through a key combination too, weren't you? On the anchor chain, you were going up and down. Did you do it that way as well?
Oh, right. Yeah, you can go up and down. It's just the bones again, so you could go up and down your chain as well. Just yeah. Absolutely. So I just want to throw some animation on this guy's arms here, just to show some coolness. Because I have IK stop at the end of all the fingers, it's like having IK on each finger. It's quite nice. I can just, if I can grab the controller, I can move his finger down. If I can do it. Speaking of having a hard time grabbing controllers, there it is.
Fingers at once, or just?
I haven't tried that. I don't think so. And again, you know, you got the forward IK if it's not really working out there. You can rotate that way.
Did you talk about setting limits on these rotations?
I did not. You can set limits, and I'm glad you brought that up. IK Boost has a great way of setting up your limits. And the other thing that's great about IK Boost is a lot of times you don't have to, because it's such a stable system of animating. It's not like traditional IK. It won't animate the bank unless you specifically tell it to. So it kind of helps a lot when you're working it, and you don't have to really set up the limits too much. This character has no limits set up. I'd rather kind of just eyeball it. But if you want to set up your limits, you right-click, and you have set, unset limit right here. Edit limit. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Reset limit, edit limit, right there. So, but again, I'm not even using limits because it's not like IK where it'll freak out. Right. It's really stable. So, a lot of times you don't have to use it. That's one problem with having centered state turned on. So I'm just sticking to whatever animation I can on the fingers and the hands here, just for the final example for today.
On those finger bones, is that just the bone weights, not the weight?
What is it?
Is that just the bone weights controlling the fingers?
Yes, there's no weight maps. Oh, I mean, as far as the animation or the deformations? Yeah, it's all bones. I didn't want to get in. I didn't want to spread myself out too thin today. I really didn't have enough time, but perhaps in a future meeting we can go over the deformations more and how I do that. Today was basically all IK Boost stuff. IK Boost does help with the deformations in that the amount of controllers I have set up here, I can access a lot of the bones And that enables me to set up, to deform it in a nice way and have control. For instance, you don't want a lot of rotation up in the rib area. You don't want them to be like that. And so most rotation happens kind of in the torso area, not really in the rib cage area. So you want to be able to control that in there. So IK Boost does help in the deformations in that way, that you have access to those bones. Okay, so I have my hand animated somewhat, doing something, wigging out there. What I want to do is select the bone that I want to copy the animation from. Select the bone I want to copy the animation to, or the controller. Right click, motion tools. Motion copy from camera, no. It'll tell you what it's copying from. So again, I'm going to select that. There is an option, I think there's an option somewhere. Setting copy from shoulder. Right, let's select that. Oh, that didn't do it. That did something else. Okay. Either way, select that. I moved my controller. Select this one. Right click from light. This is not right. It should work. There it is. See that? From shoulder left. Now it'll come up with this window. It's going to ask you, what do you want to copy from? The frame range you want to copy. So start at frame 6, let's say, and we'll go to frame 60, which is the end. Copy from the item you're copying from. Paste item to child items. Mirror is important. We want to mirror it across the X because it's the opposite side. And then hit OK. And A motion didn't copy over. I think it's the lower arm. That can happen when there's a subtle difference between the sides, because I made a change in, I didn't copy the hierarchy probably for the arms here, so there's a difference in the setup in the arms, so it didn't. No, the fix shouldn't. Maybe let's try it without the fix. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. No, I don't think it is a fix. I think I was having this problem before.
What about motion copy current item on just the elbow? If it's just the elbow that didn't come over?
Yeah, I could try that. I'll just copy pose, maybe. There you go.
Nice that it remembered your X.
Oh yeah, right. So there you go. There it is. Totally copied over motion from run, arm, hands, fingers, different timing on the fingers and the animation, all copied over from one side to the other. Pretty amazing. It's pretty smart. IK Boost is really smart software. So with that, if you guys have any questions, I could take some questions.